Hi guys, my name is Valerie. What I'm going to do today is a pretty basic tutorial. It's kind of something different from what I usually do. I normally do wreath making tutorials, but I just got this Janome Memory 230E embroidery machine, and I'm loving it. So when I first got it out, it was to kind of teach myself how to use it, how to set it up. It's kind of like a sewing machine, not too big of a difference, but there weren't too many videos online. There was like one, but there weren't too many video tutorials on just basically just a basic setup. I did you can use the letters on here if you just want to practice. But what I did is I downloaded the Hatch program. They have like a free 30-day trial. You can try that out. And what I did is I just got the letters of my business and just put them together, and I put them on a USB, and I am going to set the machine up, and I'm going to make an apron. Just something really quick, really simple, just so I can show you how to set up your machine. If you just get a Janome, or just got a Janome 230E, this is just your basic setup. So I'm just going to do that really quick. Let me make sure you can see everything here. Might have to zoom in. I am going to thread the machine first, so we'll do that, and I'll try to, it's pretty simple, it's not that hard. So I am going to put my thread. So if you're like super new to sewing period, yeah, this may be different for you. So, and I know a lot of people that don't know how to sew, so yeah, this should be pretty helpful. So I just put my thread in there into this little spool holder, and here's the little thing to hold it in place. The first thing you're going to do is come around here. Let me make sure you can see. Is come around here, and it's got arrows. It directs you. So I'm going to come around here. Make sure it clicks, so it's not going to come back out. So make sure it clicks. Then you're going to come down to where it says 2. So I'm on the right side though. I come down, and here it says 3. Then I'm gonna jump to the left side where and I'm gonna come up. So it kind of guides you. So this is 1, I guess. This would be 2. Come down on this side. 3. I'm gonna come up on the left. So I'm coming up on the left now, and I brought my little this little thread thing up all the way to the top. I don't even know what it's called. That's how new I am to this. So I'm gonna pull. What I didn't do when I first set this up was I didn't make sure that it snapped in here, so my my embroidery wasn't coming out right. So it took me a while to figure out why. But you got to make sure that when you pull it through here, that it snaps. So what I do is just kind of grab it, loosen it up a little bit, guide it through there, and make sure it snaps in there, and that it's in there, like it's not going to come out, because that will affect your embroidery. Then I'm going to come down here to where it says 5, and go above, or right around where the needle is at on the right side. Let me zoom in. Yeah. So there's like a little hook, I guess. You just want to pull your string to the back and make sure it sits in there. So you just pull your string to the back and it sits in there. And now what I'm going to do, and it comes with an automatic threader, and guys, I haven't learned that yet, but that's my next thing, I guess. And I'm sure it's really, really easy. But again, I just wanted to start using my machine right away, and I was so disappointed that I didn't find anything for this specific machine. So this is why I'm doing this. So then, okay, so I take my thread, and I'm just going to come from the front and go into the little hole in the needle. And so I'm coming from the front to the back. And pull that through. The next thing I'm going to do is I already threaded my bobbin. I mean, it was pretty easy. Maybe I'll do that next, another tutorial, but it was pretty easy. That wasn't what got me. So the next thing is setting your bobbin into your machine. So I just set the bobbin in, set it in. There's a little arrow that goes this way. Make sure this is zoomed in. You just kind of pull there's like a little notch here, so you're going to pull your thread through there up to the left, and just kind of sit it there. Just leave it set there. Grab your wheel. So I turn my wheel, hold on. And the wheel's on your right side. I'm sure y'all know where that's at. So you just turn your wheels, your needle goes down, and it's gonna grab that string. And I get a pair of scissors. Let's see if it comes out. Sometimes I have to do it twice. And it came out. So there, make sure that your thread comes from the hole at the bottom. So there's that thread. And then here's my thread that came through, also through the little hole where the foot. So it's through that hole as well. And then you just kind of set it over here on the side. There's like a little, whatever, I don't know, what do you call it? But you can set your little thread on the side there. Let me show you really quick here. You just set your thread up there and you're good to go. So now what I'm going to do next is close this up, and I am going to, let's see, I hope you can see. Let's hope you can see here. So I'm going to put my USB into my USB drive into the port right here on the side, and this is where I save. When you get a USB, you want to make sure that there's nothing on here. So I learned that the hard way. You want to make sure it's completely clear. Maybe only have a couple designs on here. If you have more than one on there, that's fine. Maybe 3, 4. But if you start getting too much, it's not going to bring everything up. So I learned that the hard way. So I made sure that the USB was clear, completely clear, and you know, worked with some designs in the Hatch embroidery program and downloaded it. I exported it onto the USB drive. Actually exported it to my computer, and then whatever I need to embroider, I transfer it to here while I'm going to use it. So just what I'm going to use, and then I'll remove it later on because I don't want to clog it up. So I just save everything on my computer. And so I just put my USB drive in here. And there's my file. So I'm just going to click on that. And here's my files that came up. So I'm going to do the MGWC2, that's Morning Glory Wreath Co. This is my second design. So I'm going to just hit that. And there's my design. And so here, the next thing we're going to do now, I have to run this on my own as well, is we're going to just do the hoop really quick. So, and this is going to just take 10 minutes, so not bad. So let me just show you how I'm going to do the hoop. So this sets inside this hoop here. You want to make sure that this part is going to go into these two little, show you here, these two little I guess they look like nails to me, I don't know. So that side's always going to be to your right side. So anytime you're going to put anything on there, make sure that your hoop is this way. So on the right side is where you're going to put, you're going to attach your hoop to the machine, and then your screw is over here on the left side. So I messed up a couple of things that way as well. All right, so let's put our I'm gonna put my apron. So I'm just making an apron. Let me zoom out here. All right, so what I'm gonna do next is just set my apron into my hoop, and then we're gonna attach it to the machine and get it going. So, you know, when you start getting into this, you wanna make sure it's centered. You start marking and measure and all this good stuff. I'm not doing all that because I'm just practicing, and I'm just trying to help you all get going too, so you can start practicing on your machine. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. Just setting it down a flat level, my table, setting my hoop in there, and make sure it's snug. And then I'm just kind of eyeballing it, making sure that it looks centered good enough. I guess, you know, again, it's just for myself. It's an apron for when I'm making stuff. So I'm just pulling the material through. pretty centered to me. And so, okay, so then that looks good. Make sure you can see. So then the next thing you want to do is tighten your hoop. So you just grab your little screwdriver. It's really important. And just start turning outward. Just start turning it outward. And just make sure it's super tight. Let me make sure. So just turn it. I just keep turning it so I can't turn no more. So you want to make sure that it's really snug. So this little screwdriver really comes in handy. Of course, I didn't know that when I first got it, but you learn. So I learned. Alright, so looks good to me. I'm just making sure everything is tight. Ready to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is put this into the machine. And let me get you on this side. So we already threaded the machine. You want to pick up the foot, the little foot in the back. It's black. And just kind of guide your little hoop underneath. Make sure you pull your string, your little thing out if you're doing an apron or whatever. Make sure there's nothing behind it, nothing else behind it, no material or anything else. And you just put it on the little screw things. Pull your little black lever toward you and then pull it through, and then it's snug. It's there. All right, and then then you just pull your foot back down, come back over here, and make sure you can see. But really all I'm going to do, because I already showed you that it was already set to my Morning Glory wreath co. Alright, so all we're going to do is just press the little start button right here. Let it go. It's going to take 10 minutes. And I'm just using one color. I'm using purple. Make sure when you use thread, you make sure to buy the thread that is for the embroidery machine. I just cut the thread that once it takes off, I cut the little thread off so it doesn't get caught in the other thread, in the stitches. And we're gonna let it go. So it's laying down its first stitch. It's pretty addicting too, so I've just been practicing on everything since I got this. begin to do this design, I downloaded the Hatch embroidery program, the customizer, and I use the customizer and it just grabs some letters. I'm trying to see what font I use. And the font that I use on the program is Chancery. I'll show you that once this is done. Sorry about my dog. Let me go check my dog. Checking my dog really quick. So the machine counts down how much time you have left. It says I've got 6 minutes left. pretty easy. So I'm just gonna come back here, pull the little black square toward myself. Actually, you gotta pick up the foot and back first. Pull that square toward yourself, let it loose. Pull the lever up again. Just kind of twist your little hoop out of there. Cut it there. And then I just cut my little threads. Just cut my threads. Zoom out, that'd be better. Again, so I'm a really newbie, like super new to this, so this is just my take on it. Just something quick. Again, like I said, I went on the internet when I first got my machine. I was kind of disappointed that I couldn't find too many videos for this specific machine. So just pulled it out of the hoop, and there's my design. And I just wanted to show you the app that I'm using. There you go. And that's what it looks like. So, and again, it's called Hatch Embroidery. You can download it for free for 30 days, so you can try it out, mess around with it. It's fun. It's pretty addicting. But that's it, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me, and don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Morning Glory Wreath Co. Thank you.